it for brains. I realized I had the orientation landscape as opposed to portrait. So I apologize. I don't think I can fix it. Maybe just yet. Anyways, hey, welcome to Tennessee. So we are off the ship. We got off on Saturday. I wanted to show you some stuff that I got. And we made our way over to Nashville, Tennessee. We've been here since Saturday. And we are staying here for about a week. I used to live here in Nashville. I lived here for about 12 years. And it's been about 20. Hey, everyone, say hi so I know who's here. I lived here in Nashville from 1990 to about 2002. Then I moved back to Southern California, which is where we're from. Hey, Carol, Coral. Hi, guys. You know what? It was just crazy getting off the ship. So for those of you that just joined on, we are here in, actually not technically Nashville. We're in a little town south of Nashville. When I say little, I mean it's little. It's a little town called Leapers Fork. The most beautiful, wonderful, quaint little town you've ever seen before. And we're staying in an Airbnb. So I'm trying to make sure that my screen's okay. Yes, this is small town charm, y'all. And I have changed from my tropics to my cowboy look. I got my boots on, as you can see. But I used to live here in Nashville. I lived here from 1990 to 2002. I actually worked in the music business. That's a whole other story. I was a production coordinator, so I actually worked with a couple producers. I did some albums, and and then after my son was born and I got divorced, I moved back to Southern California, which is where I met the Brit. So fast forward to that one. And so as we were coming back from our trip, our cruise, he's been after me for years to visit Nashville. When are we going to visit Nashville? When are we going to visit Nashville? I said, all right, you know what? We're heading back from the cruise anyways. Why don't we make a stop in Nashville? And so we planned this. So we're actually here for a week. I'm really excited to show him Nashville. And let me tell you, Nashville is showing itself off. I keep saying Nashville. Technically, it's Leapers Fork, which is very close to Franklin, Tennessee. So we're south of Nashville, about 20 minutes or so, maybe 15, 20 miles out, country roads. When I'm done here, I'll flip it around and I'll show you guys where I'm at. But absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And the Brit has never been here before. So we got here Saturday. On Sunday, I took him down to Franklin. Dominique, hi, good to see you guys. Oh, Linda asked, would I ever consider moving back east? You know, we've been having a lot of conversations about that because coming back here to Nashville, I realized how much I miss it. I really, really, really loved it here. Of course, we're beautiful weather. We're here in the spring. Best times to come is the spring and the fall. Winter, it's all the leaves are gone and it's gray and cold and it's rainy. It snows, but it doesn't really stay. And then the summer is hot and humid and bugs. So two best times to come are either in the spring, basically from April to October. So spring to fall, and it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So Sunday I took the Brit over to Franklin, Tennessee, and which is a little town next door. It was an old historic town that was actually named after Benjamin Franklin. And we walked all around there, took him to the Loveless Cafe, which you've never been before. It's the best hometown country food. And I believe that I'd never actually even been there before. There was a show on Netflix called Somebody Feed Phil. Love the show. And he was just there. And I was like, oh, got to go to Loveless Cafe. And there's so much food. We're actually eating it as leftovers today. So as soon as I'm done, we're going to have it. We got hash brown casseroles. We got biscuits. We got fried chicken, fried green tomatoes, fried okra. Except for the chicken, we got the vegetarian platter, which is fried okra, creamed corn, creamed spinach, fried green tomatoes. Oh, you're big. Oh, you're big. You guys maybe can't see it. There's a big old bumblebee, about like that big. But you know what? He's cool. I'm not going to bother him, and he's not going to bother me. We're good. Anyway, so we went there. Had a great time. We went and listened to some live music. And because, Nashville's all about the music, right? And I worked in the music business, and I was like, well, we'll see what we can do. Randomly, we end up getting We look. Go away. I love you, but just okay. Um, Big B. Anyways, we ended up getting on the guest list to go see this artist perform at the Bluebird Cafe. You guys have heard of the Bluebird Cafe, right? So random that we got these tickets, and I was like, "This is the Nashville experience." Had the best time. So if you don't know what the Bluebird is, it's basically it's a little tiny restaurant strip mall. Garth Brooks back in the 80s was discovered there. Taylor Swift was discovered there. I mean, big time names. Little teeny tiny like postage stamp in a strip mall place you would never ever guess. So you never really know who's going to pop in. So the guy that was playing that night, in addition to some amazing songwriters, his name is John Besner, and he is actually married to a country artist named Kathy Mattea, who, if you're into, okay, yes, exactly. Elaine's like, where the Bluebird, where it began. And it is. It's where like so many careers started, and it was so cool to be able to take him there. But anyways, there's a guy by the name of John Vesner, who is a songwriter. He's married to Kathy Mattea, who is a kind of like, she was big in the 80s, Grand Ole Opry, just beautiful, beautiful. And I knew her from back before. But anyways, her husband was there performing songs. And he gets up on stage and he's singing and twerking. And all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, you wrote this song, you wrote that song. But to hear it from the artist, just on a guitar or on a piano, yeah, exactly. You just go, oh my gosh, it's like mind blowing. You're sitting around such incredible, incredible talent. As a matter of fact, the house that we're staying in a guest house, an Airbnb, that is actually owned by a country singer. His name is JT Hodges. I don't know if you guys know who he is. I had to look him up. Super nice guy. Such a nice guy. Beautiful family. We got dogs running. We got chickens around the back. We've got a pig. And I'm sitting in God's country. This place is amazing. So we're here until Saturday. Yesterday, I took the Brit we went to Memphis, which is a drive. It's about a 3-hour drive due west, straight west. We didn't go to Graceland, we went to, I'm drinking my drink out of a mason jar because that's what you do in Nashville, in Tennessee. You drink everything out of a mason jar. And so we went to the Civil Rights Museum. Whoa. Oh, you know what? If you guys have not been to Nashville, you really should come. The rest of the week, we're going to actually be going up into the city part of Nashville, which is the part I'm a little reticent about going to because I know that part has changed. I mean, when I lived here 20 some odd years ago, downtown 2nd Avenue was a bunch of like antique stores, mom and pop shops, ice cream stores. You could park on the street, like it was just a place you could go and hang out. And now it's just exploding with bars and, I mean, like you pay the bartender at Tootsie's, a restaurant called Tootsie's or a bar, 25 cents, and he would take you into the back alley where Patsy Cline and Hank Williams used to sit and smoke cigarettes and do other stuff. And it was like a little back alley between the Grand Ole Opry and this bar called Tootsie's, and that they would come in and out through the back, and they'd have drinks during there. Yes, Elaine, yes, you got that one. He was. I had to look it up as well, but our host was, I haven't watched the movie. I figured I'll do it when we get home. I don't want to gurm him. I kind of, I'm like, hey, really nice guy. I didn't want to go, oh, I know you. But such a nice guy. Anyways, so yes, our host was he's an actor and country singer. It's kind of the way it is here in Nashville. Like you could be sitting at a restaurant at a table, and somebody who's waiting on you is also a country singer. I mean, it just kind of. I'll tell you what happened. So we're in this little town called Leaper's Fork. We were hanging out in a little barbecue place around the corner called Fox and Locks. We're sitting there. I don't know if you guys know anything about country music. Chris Stapleton walked in. And I was like, that guy looks really familiar. Because I haven't been in country music in a really, really long time. And he was not in the picture when I was living here. But my husband's like, who is that? I'm like, I don't know. And the waitress comes by. She goes, it's Chris Stapleton. I'm like, yeah. I'd have to look up the songs that he did. I know that sounds terrible. But that's the kind of stuff that happens here in Nashville. So yesterday, I digress. Yesterday we went to Memphis. We went to the Civil Rights Museum. Wow, was that an incredible experience. The Civil Rights Museum was built in the 1990s, and it was built as part of the Lorraine Motel, which was where um, uh, Martin Luther King was shot. And so they took the hotel, or the motel rather, and they made it into this part of this huge museum. Phenomenal. But you walk through the museum, and then you, as part of it, kind of towards the end, you end up walking into the hotel room where he was shot. Like you look out the window, and you could, and I was moved to tears. I was really moved to tears. And there was a man standing next to me, a black man standing next to me, and a couple people in front of me, and we all just sat there and looked at each other, and tears were streaming. I mean, it was like, it was, wow, it was powerful. It was really powerful. So we went there, and afterwards we went to the Peabody Hotel, which is very, very well known. And every day at 11 o'clock in the morning and at 5 o'clock at night, they have these little ducks. There's five, a mallard and then four females. And they swim in the fountain in the middle of the hotel. And then they walk out at 5 o'clock, and then they get on the elevator and they go up to, I think it's the 17th floor. And they have a little pen that that's where they live. And then the next morning they come down the elevator, and then they roll out this red carpet. And we've got some videos. The Brit is behind, and I don't blame him because we're on vacation, but he's behind on putting together videos. I got videos of the ducks. We got videos of the all kinds of stuff, our whole entire trip. So you're just gonna have to go with us and bear with us. And when we get home, things are gonna be popping. So, but yeah, these little ducks, they roll out the red carpet, and the ducks climb out of the fountain, and they walk the red carpet to the elevator, and then they get to go up, and then they get to come back down. It's really cool. It was really fun, and we had the perfect spot. And this guy who is sort of like the head of the ducks, right? He had a red suit on, tops and tails, the whole thing. He asked me to be his wing woman, because these are new ducks, and they tend to go a little bit rogue, and they kind of went out into the audience. So I got to sit there and kind of, you know, harness them in and make sure that they got on the red carpet. That was amazing. And then we finished off the night. We went to BB King's restaurant, which is on Beale Street. Had amazing, amazing barbecue. My system, my body is going like, what are you doing to me? But that's okay. I have a little tiny bite. We got a lot of leftovers inside. I wish you guys were close. I'd like come inside. We got a ton of leftovers. Anyway, so that's what we've done so far. Oh, and today I drove him down to Lynchburg, Tennessee, which is about an hour and a half from where we are. And we went to the Jack Daniel's distillery and took a tour. Beautiful country. I mean, God's country, beautiful. And so we did that. And then the next couple days, we're just going to be here in Nashville. I'm going to show them around where I used to live and stuff like that. So it's been an amazing trip. But I wanted to show you a couple of things that I got on the cruise. And then a couple of things that like Nashville is really, really known for. I haven't found a yarn store yet. I am on the lookout, but not like really scouting because I have so much yarn at home. I've got probably 3 or 4 orders at home that I'm waiting on. So I may or may not buy any yarn. We'll just have to see. Anyways, but who was it? Okay, somebody had said, and I forgot scrolling through, that you're into old country. I have found the best station, and I forget if it's Linda, if you're like local, but actually it's on an app. You can get it. And the station is called Y'all, Y''ALL, and I think it's 103.7 or 106. But there's actually an app for it. So if you have like Spotify, Alexa, Google, any of that kind of stuff, just look up Y'all Radio. And it's like, so far it's no commercials, and it's all the music from like the 70s, the 80s, and the early 90s. Like it goes Eddie Rabbitt through to like Garth Brooks, Alan Jackson, none of the new stuff, all of the old stuff. So check out that station if you guys want to hear it. And it's because you can stream it pretty much anywhere. I'm definitely going to be streaming it when we get home. So that's so far our trip here to Nashville. The cruise was amazing. We ended up going to Cartagena, Colombia, and I didn't get a chance to tell you guys about it, but that was incredible. So I got this guy in Cartagena, Colombia. This is called a YU bag, right? It's spelled WAYUU, and this is a traditional artisan trade that that they have, and it's also called a mochila bag, but it's like a purse, right? It's all single crochet, and what they do is you switch the colors as you work across the top. You move the colors up, forward and back, and forward and back, right? Elaine, I did not buy any emeralds because I'm very happily married. And so Elaine's asking about the emeralds in Cartagena, Colombia. And yes, they are known for their emeralds, but they are very, very expensive. So I did not. But instead, I wanted to pace myself, and I didn't want the Brit to have a cardiac arrest. So instead of getting emeralds, I bought some of these YU bags. I bought them from a street vendor outside the old village. So I got these on a killer deal. But she didn't make these. And I still didn't negotiate very hard because, you know, I know how much work went into these things. These are all handmade. They're hand crocheted. And they're always, always, always bright colors. So I got two styles, and I have one at home already. So they start here in the circle, then they work their way all the way up. But this is all single crochet, hand done. Okay. Really, really thin thread, probably like a 1 or a 2 or something like that. Exactly. Who doesn't love new bags? So this bag right here cost me, and it's all hand done, remember. This was about $23, $24, this guy here, okay? And then this little guy here, I got a smaller one because I have a thought that I do have a pattern book at home called It's All About YU Bags. And I got this smaller one, which you can make as a purse, as you can see here, or you can even just have it as like a basket that you could, you know, put plants into, or biscuits, I don't know, anything, right? And it was not as bright as the other one. So when I get home, we're coming home on Saturday, so I'll be back to my normal schedule next week. But I think I'm going to incorporate some lives because these lives have been really fun. I've been enjoying them. I'm going to see if anybody's interested in doing like a crochet along. I know there's a lot of crochet alongs going along. So I know Juan, the Yarn Addict's got one going, and Bag a Day Crochet Crystal always has one going on. But something like this and this size is really easy, really doable. You can use it with yarns you've got at home. You don't have to use a one or a cotton. You can do an acrylic if you want to. And it's just single crochet, working in the round, and then you just keep going and going and going, and then you move to the outside of the stitches, and then that's how you get this outside ribbing. So it's, believe it or not, they're relatively easy. This one here I think was $9. I think I paid $9 for this. So these are the two things I got in Cartagena, Colombia. Loved these guys. So I got some really, really cool artisan things. You guys saw the art pieces that I got. The name of it escaped me. And then the other stuff that I got in Huatuco, Mexico. They were amazing. And so I'm going to come back and see about maybe doing like a, okay. So a lot of people are doing cowls. So maybe I won't start. Maybe this is like a good summer thing. Maybe I'll do more in the summer. But the book that I have, YU Bags, is a great, great pattern book. So I might get some extra copies, and I might do a giveaway and just kind of get people started. So tune in. But I think I might be doing some kind of a cowl in a very small, manageable way. I mean, you could probably get one of these done in a couple of days. So, but I wanted to show you, this is what Cartagena, Colombia is known for, are these YU bags, these really bright, bright purses. And let me tell you, the people are so nice, so beautiful, so welcoming. Like everywhere we went, everybody was really, really so gracious, and just so happy that you're there, you know. And because I really appreciate all the artisan crafts and the things that that people make, and I did my research going there. So I think it was an amazing, beautiful experience, a beautiful, beautiful experience. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys what I'm working on. So I finished as much as I could because I ran out of yarn, the peacock feathers. And you guys saw the post that I did, right? So this yarn was from Purple Lamb Fibers, and it's called Peacock Feathers, remember? Gorgeous. And what I'm just doing here is just the bobbles, and then I'm doing a herringbone stitch, back loop only, so it's giving it some really cool stretch. And I was going to combine these two colors, but I'm not going to. The Brit was like, those don't go. I'm like, all of a sudden, everyone's got an opinion. No, I actually really appreciate it. But I do have some blues and greens that are coming up in these colors. So what I think I'm going to do is add just a couple strips of that to pop those colors through. And then I actually have, I think, 4 total. I have 3 more skeins of this peacock feather. So then I'm going to carry it out. And it's going to be kind of like a wrap that's going to go across this way, across the body, and then it's going to be like really wide, almost like a Mobius sort of a thing. So you guys will keep seeing me work on this. I had to stop because I ran out of yarn. Shocking. But this one, I really love the way this turned out. And the next one that I'm working on is this. This is the Colorado Hair Streak Butterfly. And it is really turning out nice. I'm digging it. I have to kind of like play with it a little bit to see if I like what's going on with the colors. Again, this is one of those assigned pooling yarns. This is the Colorado Hair Streak Butterfly. So this is what it's looking like. But as it comes through, this is what it's doing. So what I decided to do is just a plain old double crochet. And then when I come up on the pops of color, instead of doing a bobble, I'm calling them angel wings or wings, tying in with the whole butterfly thing. Yes, right? These colors are just so gorgeous. It really makes the orange pop. I never thought I'd be like a purple and orange person, but I love these. Anyway, so this is not, it's a little bit of a spin-off from a bobble stitch. Instead of just going straight into the same stitch, what you do is you yarn over and you go into the stitch below and below and below. So you end up making this sort of it's also called the pine cone stitch. But I thought they kind of looked like wings, and I kind of thought they were pretty cool. So I'm making a scarf, and they're going to have these wings coming through, if you guys can see that. So, and some of them are coming, like this black is really coming through of the stained glass. So it's interesting, but I think all in all, I'm going to like it. Yeah. It's kind of a deep purple color, but it's giving it some really good contrast. So we'll see. I think this is turning into a scarf here. So I will have this guy done. I have 1 more skein of this at home, and I have 4 or 3 more, I think, of the other stuff at home. So those will be done. But everybody was having sales, so I got a new kit with Lion Brand. So that should be here soon. It was a kind of a herringbone Tunisian scarf. I got some more. I got yarn. I got a lot of yarn. Oh, I bought some ice. I bought some ice yarn, and I haven't tried ice yet. So when I get home, I'm going to have so many unboxings. I can't even begin to tell you. Yesterday was Earth Day. We Crochet was offering a sale. Lion Brand was offering a sale. Oh Fire Crochet just had a huge sale, 15% off of everything in their entire catalog, which I know isn't a lot, but still, it was, because they're a smaller company. But so there's a lot of really big sales, and I had to kind of take advantage of that. So that being said, and I wanted to show you guys really quickly what we're known for here in Tennessee, because I lived here for, like I said, 12 years. And I tell you, the accent that I had is coming back like this. The Brit looks at me like, seriously? I'm like, I cannot help it. I have blessed so many hearts since I've been here. And it can be a good thing or it can be a bad thing. Oh, Linda says the picture is all blurry. Okay, is this looking a little, oh, maybe, the camera had to try to focus on it. Maybe if I hold it better, that's better. You guys can see the different colors and things popping through. And Elaine asked, do I do Tunisian? I haven't yet, but this pattern that I just ordered from Lion Brand is actually a Tony Lipsy pattern, and it is a Tunisian. So have I? No. Will I be? Yes. And I'm very excited. I'm going to be bringing that to you as well. I've been really wanting to do Tunisian for a long time and just haven't, but I think that it is time. So I got the yarns, and they should be here when I arrive. It's a lot of the landscape yarns. I think there's 2 different colors that we're using. Landscape from Lion Brand, which is beautiful. And it looks sort of like almost a chevron pattern. So I'm excited to see what that's going to look like. Anyways, before I leave y'all, I have to show you what Nashville is known for, being here in the South. Well, first of all, everything is fried or barbecued, mostly. and you can bless people's heart, and it's either a good thing or a bad thing. These guys, these are amazing. These are called Goo Goo Clusters, and these are actually from Nashville. We're all about sweets here. Sweet tea, sweet corn, and all kinds of sugars and confectionaries. This is the original Goo Goo Cluster. The Brit. Okay, the Brit has been tucking into these guys. This was a box of Goo Goo Clusters. And there's 2 left. So we're going to have to go to the store, and we're going to have to get some more Goo Goo Clusters, because I was going to plan on taking these back to San Diego. But these have peanut, caramel, and nougat, and they're covered in milk chocolate, and they are delightful. Let me just tell you, delightful. So we got yourself some Goo Goo Clusters, and sometimes they have like pecan and stuff like that. But so we got some Goo Goo Clusters going. Everything you drink, if you don't drink it out of a mason jar, I don't think it counts. This happens to be a ginger beer, non-alcoholic, but I'm drinking it out of a mason jar. It's amazing. And these guys, moon pies. So moon pies are actually from Chattanooga, Tennessee, which is south of here. They were started back in like the early 1900s, and this baker wanted to try to find a confectionery, like a sweet, for the miners that they could eat and not get their hands dirty, and they could like put in their lunch packs. And so they came up with these things, and the guy goes, well, how big do you want them to be? He goes, about that big. So they call them moon pies because they're about the size of a moon. Right? So someone says, I love Goo Goo Clusters. They're amazing. And I haven't been able to find them. I'm sure I could probably get them on Amazon, but not as fresh. I haven't been able to find them in California. You can find moon pies. You definitely can find moon pies there. The Brit, not as much of a fan on the moon pie. He can't really wrap his head around it. I love the moon pies. So they have the original. These were started back in 1917. This is the original. These are the minis, because normally they come about the size of your face. That's a lot. There's a lot of stuff going on there, but these are the minis. So this is the regular chocolate. So I've been tucking into this box, but we're going to have more before we get home. You got to represent. So I had to get a hat that represented the moon pies. Chocolate mint is a new flavor. Banana is one of their, arrow lovers. Girl, she's like, I love the Goo Goo Clusters. I love the moon pies. I love all of it. This is a banana flavored. They also had a salted caramel. This is a strawberry, and this is a blueberry. I haven't tried these guys, and this is a chocolate mint. I do love the banana, so I'm going to tuck into this one really quick. But I do like that they're in a small little box, and they had them in Lynchburg, and they had them in a big, huge barrel, and you just can choose all the different. They were like 50 cents a piece, and then you put them in a box like this. And then you can bring them home with you. You carry them home with you. Well, I bought those at the store, so those are all the same flavors except for these guys. So this is a banana flavored. Oh, it's good. Not banana. Lemon. It's lemon, but very nice. So it's, hold on, 2 wafer cookies, marshmallow in the middle, covered with the flavored chocolate, lemon, strawberry, chocolate mint, and blueberry. So I'll be eating on these guys for a little while, for sure. But this is actually nice. This is going to be safe for my dessert. So we got that. Inside, I got barbecue. I got cream corn. I got hash brown casserole. Oh, I had some sweet tea yesterday. I thought the Brit was going to go through the floor. He was like, what is this? Because, he's Brit, right? And it definitely isn't my David's tea like I was having before. A little bit different. I actually couldn't finish it. It was kind of making me go zzz and making my head hurt. But I had my sweet tea, so I'm very happy about that. Anyways, it's been an amazing trip. I mean, we have really gone the gamut from the cruise to, all the places we saw in Mexico. I have to post. I'll post in the thing. We went to Costa Rica, and we went to a monkey. It was not a farm. It was an area where monkeys congregate because they know that tourists come. I got some great pictures of me with some monkeys that I don't know how that would have happened. Heard some noises out there. Anyways, so I will be showing you guys some pictures of those. I'll post them on the post page. And I might try to come to you one more time before we get home. We go home on Saturday. We'll have to see. I'm going to try. I've missed you guys so much. Y'all have been great, hanging in there, because I know the timing has been just totally wonky. And right now I know that we are in Nashville. We are on Central Time. So San Diego, we're 2 hours behind San Diego. We're 2 hours ahead of San Diego. We're 1 hour behind the East Coast, and we're 1 hour ahead of Mountain. So if you live in the Southern California, we are 2 hours ahead here. If you live in like the Colorado area, Phoenix, that area, we're 1 hour ahead. If you are in the middle of the state, for the most part, we are on that time frame. And then if you're more on the East Coast, we are 1 hour behind you. Elaine asked if I went whitewater rafting in Costa Rica. I did last year. We were there last year. We went whitewater rafting. And yes, it was absolutely fabulous. Okay, so it is 7:30 in East Coast. And okay, and it's 6:30, so in Minnesota. Okay, so we're on Central Time. I will see. I will do my best about trying to come back here. Okay, so Linda's in New Jersey. Yeah, of course, Linda. I knew that. Enjoy those hooks, or that hook that I sent you. I'll try. We'll try. I'm going to have a big family-ish reunion, my Nashville family. I'm having everybody over on Friday. So I've got about 8 or 10 people coming over on Friday. I haven't seen them in about 22, 23 years. And the cool thing is we all used to like hang out together and work together, and they haven't seen each other since I left. So they haven't seen each other in like 22, 23 years. And they're like, wait, so-and-so's coming and so-and-so's coming. Oh my God. So it's really cool. We're doing it here, at this amazing house. We got a fire pit. We're going to barbecue. It's going to be amazing. So I'll do my best, but if I don't get to do a live, I'll definitely be back. You guys are all chatting with each other. I'll definitely be back next week. It might be an all-nighter. We fly home on Saturday, but not until the evening. So we'll be back home on Sunday, and I'll be back to the normal routine, and then I'll have to figure out when I can do lives from here on out, because these have been fun. You guys are hanging in there. And I'll just be doing some, like hanging out and crocheting and stuff like that on the lives. And I'll be doing some unboxings as well. So, all right. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for telling me to enjoy the rest of the trip. I think we will. The Brit is definitely getting the full Southern experience. I think he's enjoying it. The countryside is absolutely phenomenal. Let me see if I can turn the camera around really quick before we leave, and you guys can see what I'm talking about. Let's see here. Yeah, like, I don't know if you guys can see the hills in the background. Yeah, it's just phenomenal. Just phenomenal. All right. So yes, I will be back in San Diego very soon. Thank you guys so much. I've missed you. Thanks so much for hanging in there. I love you all. And I'll be back with all kinds of more fun stuff really soon. All right. Take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.